Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. We're so excited to do this. This is like the greatest time of our life, and besides, of course, what's happening, but in the sense that we get to show up every morning at 8 a.m. and do our joy huddles and just spread, I think, what our authentic selves are. And this is like, it feels like, this is exactly what we need to be doing now. So if you join us, thank you so much for joining us every morning and for being there. We love to do it. We literally wake up at 6 a.m. every morning to be there to do it. And we don't care if there's 5 people or 1 person or 5 million or whatever. The point is that we do it from our hearts, and we're there to serve, and we're just so excited and honored to be able to do this for you. So thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us today. It means a lot, because this is what gets us juiced up. So that's just from our hearts to yours. But today's sort of topic that we thought to cover was how to create certainty in this uncertain time. And I know a lot of people talk about it, and you see like headlines like how to find joy, how to find happiness at this time. But I think certainty is really important at any time in your life, because when you're certain, you're grounded, you're sure, you're doing it no matter what. If the world was about to collapse, you know that you're at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. You needed to be there. And people call it like coincidences and little, all these little sort of intersections of encounters or whatever it is. But ultimately, it was your certainty that you knew you had to be there at that time in order to have that conversation, to have that meeting, to do the right things. And that's what we want to talk about today, because certainty is much deeper than just a thought. Although it begins with a thought, it's also a physical reaction. And this is why our program and our method combines what Jaclyn does and what I do. It combines the two, because we don't feel that the body is separate from the mind. You can go to the gym every single day of your life and work out, and we love that. That's wonderful. But if you're not moving in the right way, and you're doing the same exercise in the wrong movement and promoting poor muscle movement and activation, and you're not firing the neural pathways, those neural pathways are also related to your emotions. Those neural pathways have been trained in that way now to keep a certain thought process and to emphasize that posture, that thought process that goes along with the physiology of your body. So that's a mouthful. It's a lot, but we're going to break it down, because when we talk about creating certainty, we want to start from the basics. And Jaclyn's going to walk us through what the basics look like. Today was our first day with a new group of people that have joined our 8-week program. And basically what we start off with is the absolute basics. It's almost like you forgot how to walk, or you forgot how to ride a bicycle, and we're going to teach you the right way to do it again. And we use that using our resistance bands, but that is sort of a side note. What we want to get through today is the certainty that you want to create, so that going forward and even moving through this period of time, like this is a substantial chunk of time in your life. It's going to be historical, it's monumental, it can make or break. Like you can change the narrative of your whole life right now. And this is why we need to get down to sharing this message, and also to getting down just to the foundation. So Jaclyn's going to talk about a bit about how the foundation affects your certainty. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Gaby. That's amazing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And Gaby is like so bang on. That's exactly how I feel too. And the foundation of, when Gaby says foundation, we're probably thinking, maybe what exactly does that mean? So when I think of foundation, I think of it's who I am deep down. When everything is taken away. So if I can't go, so I also have a studio that I can't go into. So when that's been taken away, when I can't go out and see my friends and do the things that I normally kind of identified with. When that's all stripped away, that is my foundation. So right now I'm sitting here in my foundation. It's deep down who I am, what my purpose is. And if you feel like that path, you're already on that path, and we want to help you amplify and build and strengthen your foundation. But if you feel like maybe you want to start a different path, then we want to rebuild that. So I like to think of a house. So if you look at how many doors that house has, how many windows the house has, maybe how many levels, when that's all taken away, or when your foundation is, swept away because it wasn't strong, you might have had all the doors in the world, all the windows, your station wasn't rock solid. It's now been swept away. So we can't pretend we're not in uncertain times, because we don't know what the future holds. Nobody does. And that's kind of the beauty of it too, is we're all in this together. We're all feeling the same thing. So if your foundation's been swept away, it's kind of cool, because you now have a chance to pick exactly how you want to build your foundation today. So, I come from a really strong exercise background. So I'm really, really hands-on. So when it comes to building muscles, it's okay, what muscles are firing first? When you're doing a squat, it's not just about doing a squat, it's how you're doing a squat. And that's when I'm here to teach you. And the mind works the same way. And that's why it's really, really cool, the relationship me and Gabby have. So, if I'm struggling with something, writing a goal or trying to establish what I want to do today, all those things, like, the mind is a muscle too. So when your body is moving forward, your mind is moving forward, your mind is moving forward, your brain is moving forward. So when you have an amazing workout, bang on, your mind is going to feel stronger. And when you're in a stronger mindset, you're going to have a better workout. So relationship is so strong. And all these things are really preparing us for a stronger future, and to be prepared if this happens again. So I just really invite you to welcome this time. So instead of being scared of it and wanting it to go away, because it eventually will. So when it is gone, go, did I build my foundation, or did I just kind of wish all this time away? So being present is really huge too.
Totally. And that just sort of leads into the next thing that I wanted to say, is like building that start also applies to how your new physical body. So when you learned a new movement, whether you started a new type of exercise, or you decided to take on something new in your life, you needed to learn from the basics. But sometimes those basic movements sort of got altered along the way. So you were taught maybe by an amazing instructor, an amazing coach, or however you learned, or maybe not. But if you did, then suddenly your body started to get weak in certain areas, and maybe your knees started acting out, or maybe you had to alter it for whatever reason, and you had to start to shift the movement. And by shifting, it was sort of in an uncontrolled environment. So people weren't watching you to say, hold on a minute, but why does your left shoulder drop when you're trying to do a squat? Or why does this happen when you're trying to do a push-up? And why do you feel pain? Why can you not sleep at night, for example, between the hours of 1 and 2? All of this is so related, and it seems maybe right now really out there, and it's the big picture. But when we work with people, this is what we do. We break it down to a science, to understand your body, to understand that foundation, and to build on it. So right now this is all for you guys to take it away and build what you want, how you're going to come out of this certain that this is what I want to do. Start from the basics. And right now I feel like we need to get uncomfortable with doing all of the things that we always did. Think about it. You woke up in the morning, you were certain that you'd go to work, you'd drive past Tim Hortons, you'd get the coffee, the same thing. You'd have this routine that was probably instilled over the last who knows how many years. And that routine now has been completely changed. And it's not just you. The most unique thing about all this is that the whole world is doing the exact same thing at the same time. We have never had in the history of existence one single enemy like this. And I call it enemy because it's something that everyone's facing. Everyone has to do the same protocols, whether the world is lagging in certain parts or not, but everyone's doing the same thing. And when we come out of this, which we will, how is the world going to change? Well, it's obviously going to change because we're all moving in the same direction, all of us. And so right now we need to get certain on the uncertainty and how this time period of being uncomfortable and shifted and changed from our regular little cocoons and our little, that safety, how are we going to come out of this? And so we want to help you with that. That's what this is all about. But if you want different, you've got to do different. You can't do the same things because now it's changed. Forget about the old habits for a minute. Think about, but this is my chance to change up what I really wasn't loving to begin with. And that's where your certainty needs to shine. That's where it has to come out. You need to be confident and sure that you're ready, first of all, and that you're ready or not, you got to change. So let's forget about that notion. But where you're going, like what path are you going to take? Who are you going to become after this 90 or 120 days are over? And that's where building this emotional muscle is so important. Being present, being grateful. I saw this amazing thing today by Dr. Joe Vitale. And he was saying, he told this like little story, and he said, if someone comes to you and brings you a present, and it's for a holiday or it's your birthday or whatever, they brought you a present, and you accept the gift and you're sort of indifferent. You don't really say thank you. You don't show any emotion. And you kind of muffle and you don't really say if you like it or not. Is that person going to be wanting or willing or excited to give you another gift? Think about it. No, they're going to turn around and say, well, like that wasn't well received. They didn't like it. So why would I come back here with another gift for this person if they couldn't be grateful for the one that I have already brought them? And this essentially is the analogy of being grateful for just the tiny little things that the universe has provided to you. Today, you're here, we're together, we're on a Zoom call in different parts of the world together. I am so grateful to be here with you guys. Like, I don't know if I've said that enough, but I want to say it again because that's what's going to build a sense of certainty that I am here at the right place. I am so grateful. And I'm telling the world and I'm telling you guys that this is exactly what I love. And the universe will repay you and say, wow, you're grateful? That's awesome. Here's another little thing to be grateful for. So that in itself is an exercise. That's what we do in the Joy Huddle every morning. What are you grateful for right now? Right now. What are you grateful for? Write it down. Put it into your physiology. Breathe it into yourself. That's going to create the muscle, the emotional muscle of resilience, of certainty. That's what certainty is I know that I might go out there. Like, think about it. You go out on a walk. You're not sure what's going to be out there, who's going to be out there, what cars are going to come at you. You don't know anyway. And that's the same idea here. We don't know. Nobody knows. The whole world doesn't know. But we're in it together, and we can be certain that if we create the vision, the future of what we want to be in 120 days or 90 days, whatever it is, in the summer, let's just call it, that's where we're headed. That's our roadmap. That's the destination that we're working towards. And we are so grateful for every living breath, for every moment shared, whether it's with somebody in your home or, somebody that you can speak to over a call. Like, technology has assisted us tremendously with this, and thank God for that, because otherwise it'd be a little bit different, So that's my little piece on basically building the emotional muscle and being grateful every single moment. You have a chance and you stop and you fix your posture, breathe gratitude and certainty into your body. You're certain, that your God, your provider, your universe, the person that you worship, that you have faith in, is looking out for you. So I really feel that this I mean, we can help you out further. This is just, we wanted to come on here quickly just to give you this certainty that we are here for you as well, but certainty on how you can also approach these, ideas and these thoughts that come, these worrisome thoughts that come into your head. It's like, stop it. You have to stand guard at the gate of your mind. You are the master of your mind, nobody else. Nobody else. The media can tell you whatever they want, whether you choose to believe it or not. That's your decision, ultimately. Turn it off for a day. Yesterday on Sunday, we had a news fast, for example. We don't listen to the news. I mean, I don't really listen much, but even still, it's like we limit it because we want to fill ourselves up with like-minded people, individuals. This is the time that people will find each other like magnets. And that will create your certainty, because now you have a community, you have people to rely on, you have people to support you in your thoughts, and people that you can lean on, essentially, that you feel comfortable to be your authentic self, to speak your truth, whatever it is. There's no discrimination, but it's just saying, like, find your people, find the certainty in what you believe in.
Yeah, wow. Totally. What do you guys think about that? Like, if you have any questions, or maybe you're just taking it all in right now, drop it in the comments below. We're happy to ask questions. But this is really a time to be whoever you want to be, reinvent yourself, which we should be doing all the time anyways, but this really is a time to take advantage of that. Take a step back and build your foundation. So you might be wondering, that all sounds great, but how do I do that? So how do you bring that into your life, into your daily life? So just making a routine. So setting an alarm in the morning, getting up, I mean, relatively early, but at the same time every day, having a shower, getting dressed, brushing your hair, if you're a woman, putting makeup on, putting your bed together, like all the things you would normally do, sticking to a schedule. And then number 2, join our joy huddles. They're free, they're live, we're there, and we want to be there with you too. And then just drinking water. Our body thrives on water. So if you have low energy during the day, if you're feeling stiff and tight, that all stems from hydration, how your body is working on the inside, how it feels on the outside. And then something Gaby taught me is priming in the morning. So it's an exercise that we do at the huddle. So it's just really breathing and moving into your body. 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you want to accomplish each day, and 3 people that you want to send love to. And then committing to movement. So maybe you're not somebody that exercises every day, and that's okay. We just want you to move. So going up for a walk, getting some fresh air, doing some stretching, mobility, even just some gardening, but keeping a schedule to that. So setting an alarm, setting a time, and then playing some music, something you really like to listen to instead of listening to the news. And then you saw a question there too.
We have our there's playlists that we have on our site. You can go there, movement47.com/music, and there's there's the Zen playlist, there's all sorts of playlists on there. But music has also the ability to change your state, to change your mood. If you're feeling anxious, or you're scared, or you're fearful, which are all things that are normal, we're humans, we're not denying ourselves of that. But when you catch yourself, which that is also a very important piece of this, is catch yourself immediately and make a physical movement in your body. Get up from where you're sitting, or move your body in any way. Go put on some music, and you will see that within 5 minutes, your mood has absolutely changed. If you're speaking to somebody and they change your mood for whatever reason, like, end the conversation. Just say, listen, you know what, it was great talking to you, I gotta go, whatever. Put on the music, get moving, and you will see that you will feel completely different. From that state there, you can make better decisions, you can make better choices, you can be more creative, you can have the ability to find a way, versus sitting in a ball, with poor posture. This physiology is not conducive to being open and being positive and finding a way and being resilient and creating certainty. Certainty is also a physical thing. It's a movement, it's a motion, it's a posture. It's not just what you say that I'm going to be certain, I'm going to find my way. No, it's the way you express it in the nonverbal. And that's exactly what we train the body to do, because when you've been stuck in a state of fear for a long time, or you've had any kind of trauma or emotional attachments to certain situations that have happened in your life, your body is also mimicking on a subconscious level those patterns. So it holds itself in those patterns and you don't even know it. So in our assessments that we did with the group that started today, it was unbelievable to read the assessments and to see how people move, because when we start, so Jaclyn has a pre-recorded video, you receive it in the welcome email, and she walks you through 5 basic steps, and then you are to do the exact same steps and send them back to us in a video recording so that we can see exactly how you're moving. And it's unbelievable to see the restrictions, the limitations of certain bodies. And these are young people. These are not even, we can't blame this on age. These are young, people that are in motion all day long. It's amazing to see how your body is limited. And these movements that we send in our assessments are very particular. They're not just, I don't know, do a squat or something. There is that too, but there's also very particular rehabilitative sort of recovery movements. And so when you send that back and we see it exactly live, how it goes, like it's amazing to see. And then we're going to film the process and then, film the end after 8 weeks as to how the body recovered and how it's moving now. But all of those movements are also tied to the idea of an unresolved emotional conflict, of some trauma that is sitting in your body. And we work through that and we move through that and we create certainty, because when there's certainty in your body, there's certainty in your mind. It's proven. We don't have to even, begin to explain that the physical body is an absolute correlation of what is happening internally in your mindset, in your emotion. So when you see somebody on the street walking and they're walking in a certain way, or you feel something you might not even be aware of, you're sort of repelled from that person, or you're attracted to that person for some reason, it's because there is a certain level of certainty, of emotion, of energy, and that all comes from moving your body in a new way. If you want different, you got to do different, my friend. That's the bottom line of all of this. So if there's any questions, put them in the little chat box or whatever it's called. The comments, put them in there. The other thing I wanted to talk about, because from my practice is very much the human body in the same way, but a little bit different. But it's basically talking about, like I talk a lot about immune system. I always have, about inflammation, and now coming together with how your body moves is so important. And this is like such important work for us. But worry destroys the immune system. So you can be eating all the right things and have an alkaline diet and drinking all the right water and doing all the things. But when you worry, it's like taking, you eat all the right things, you take 2 steps forward, you worry, you take 10 steps back. That intense. Worry destroys the immune system. There's nothing worse than sitting in worry and fear. And so we want to break that habit, that pattern in your thoughts and in your body, so that you can feel happy and joyful and light and free. Like when you are certain, you feel freedom. That's the best way to put it. It's like you're not reacting to people's conversations or things you've heard or the news. You take it, you process it, you listen, and it goes. It's a thought, it's a passing thought, because you are grounded, you're certain, you're sure of your direction. It's like you know exactly where you're heading, what you need to be for yourself, for your family, for the people that you are living with now very closely, for everybody that you have contact with. Like you have the ability to also not only change your life and make yourself feel more free, but also free people that you are in contact with. Elevate them. When you elevate yourself, you elevate everybody around you. If I wish there was some way to show what is emitted from us, the energy, the level of energy when people you know, there are people that can see the auras and things like that, the energy that is exuded from people. But if it were really, you know, something that we could all see, I mean, you would change that in a second. And that's where uncertainty is. Uncertainty, fear have a vibration. Certainty, confidence, happiness, freedom is on a whole other spectrum, a whole other color. So we want to get you there, and we want you to feel the certainty and feel free, because although these are weird times, but you have the ability to now control, to navigate your internal environment, your compass. There's an amazing book written by Viktor Frankl. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. Unbelievable book. Like, if you listen to the circumstances that he was put in multiple Nazi camps, like, it's our situation here, you'd be praising God on your knees that we have, you know, this ability to even communicate. He lost his whole family. Mom, wife, kids, everybody perished. He was the only one who survived. And he tells the story in this book. It's an amazing book, Man's Search for Meaning. And the whole idea is that we need to find, even though we suffer, but we need to find meaning in the suffering. So find meaning in what is happening today. Find meaning in yourself. What are you gonna be for yourself? What is the meaning of all this for yourself? For your own evolution, for your soul, for people around you, for the people that you so deeply affect in your home. So find the meaning, and then how are you gonna share that with other people? Because you all for sure have amazing communities of people that you are, you know, a part of. And so when you share that, when you raise your vibration, you raise your certainty, you raise it for everybody collectively. So let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, and I want to offer you guys something amazing too. Well, Gaby and I do. We want to offer you a free 30-minute consultation that Gaby talked about earlier. We were just finding amazing things, and people have been sending these videos over. So if we can help you guys in any way, like your body move, your mind move, everything moves together. So if you want to set up that 30-minute consultation, we can watch how your body moves, so we can do that assessment together, and then we can give you any tips to help you move forward when we see, you know, how your body's flowing and moving.
For sure. And if
yeah, reach
you've
out
had
and email us.
If you've had any situation that has currently happened, like health-wise, I mean, if you've had, you know, surgery, or if you've recently had a baby, or you've, you know, just anything, any injury, also let us know. Send us a little video, or just DM us, and we'll tell you what the video should look like, what movements to do. And then we can offer our, you know, our advice or our help as to how you can improve the areas that are not functioning or moving as they should. So Jaclyn's an unbelievable recovery specialist. She's a trainer, but it goes much beyond that. Like, she's had some incredible results with people who were told they'd never ever move again. So please take advantage of this. I mean, we're here. We've got the time. This is the time to take advantage of all this free stuff. Like, you know, and if you love it, then great. Like, join us every day. Come to the joy huddles. I mean, this is not just about sharing what we love, but it's also discovering and uncovering what you have inside of you. Trust me, when you start moving in a different way, you will discover things about yourself you never had the opportunity or the time to ever uncover. It's like a whole new ball game. You might have a shift in your career, in your, you know, in your life, in your living status, and so many things, not just your physical body. You know, like when people come to us and they say, oh, we want to lose 10 pounds or whatever, that's fine, we'll do that, but we're going to give you much more than just losing 10 pounds.
Yeah,
so
because something tangible. It's like, okay, if I never thought I could do that and move this way, so now what else can I do? So as you create that movement forward, everything else starts to move forward. So it's just a domino effect. Instead of feeling uncertain, I can't do that, your world becomes smaller. Let's start to open that up and see what you can do, what your body can do, what your mind can do. But once you start that process, now you're flowing in a totally different direction.
Totally. And I feel like each one of you, everybody, every person, but especially the people that showed up here to to listen to us, even though you didn't have a lot of information on who we are and what we do. Like, there's something that you're looking for, you're searching for something, and we have the ability to uncover that for you. That's why we came together, because we've been both equally practicing for like 15 years plus. So we've seen all of this many, many times before. These are patterns in human psychology and human movement and motion and physiology. And so when we come together, we are here, we're a community, we want to help you. Like, if you're building a business, if it has nothing to do with movement, who cares? Reach out to us. Like, we can definitely correlate everything, because everything is like an entanglement. Everything is together. Your personal life, your business, your finances, your loves, your everything, all your relationships are all intertwined. They all rely on each other. So when you strengthen one pillar, one area, you absolutely strengthen your whole life. So that's the certainty that we're talking about. That's the certainty. That's coming out of this on the other end, going 100 miles per hour. Trust me.
Yeah,
In a
you guys all
Ferrari
came here
or
today.
whatever you want to drive.
Yeah, totally. And you guys came for a reason today. You're looking for something, you want something. So let's figure that path out. We're here to help you. So reach out. We can do that assessment together, and we can start flowing how you want to flow and move how you want to move and feel amazing and strong. And what not better time than now?
Totally. Thanks, Lolita, for your comment. We see that. I just got it texted to me because I'm still learning these things. It's okay, but I'll get there. But thank you for your comment. If there's any way that we can help you out directly, I feel like you're somebody who has always popped up and come up for me. So if you feel that this is you're transforming, and tomorrow's the 7th, is a full moon. It's going to be very powerful. So please come to the Joy Huddle tomorrow morning. Let's set the intentions high. We'll keep your vibration high. That's what they talk about. This whole vibe thing is your actual vibration has to be high in order for it to meet the same frequency and vibration of the thing that you desire the most. I'm going to leave you with that. That's a very deep sort of comment, but that's essentially how the law of attraction works. When you are high, you have the ability to manifest whatever it is that you desire most. We have to be clear on what it is that you love, or what you want, what you're working towards, how you want your life to change, how you want your body to change. But when we are at that level, when we bring you up, especially at the time of the full moon, you have the power beyond your wildest dreams. You are limitless. So take advantage tomorrow morning. Come to our Joy Huddle, but also tomorrow night is the full moon, so we can walk you through all that in your journals. All right. We thank you so much for joining us. We're just about at our time limit, so we're going to be logging off, but we hope this was of value to you, and we want to continue to serve you and continue to bring you this information. We love it. I can't stop talking, but anyway.
Yeah. No, thank you, Gaby. You could keep going on forever, but time is running out. So thank you, and thank everyone for joining us. And reach out. Like, I just want to help. I want to see how you're moving, and let's use this time to blast forward.
For sure. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. at the Joy Huddle.
Yes.
We love you all.
Bye.
All right. Take care.